Our last type of experimental design is a matched pairs design. Now, this idea of matched pairs is really interesting in that it can be used both with observational studies and with experiments. Classically, people think of a matched pairs design as having a set of twins, and we assign one twin to a certain treatment and the other twin gets a different treatment. Okay, but this can also be done by matching people or items on a number of characteristics that are important to us in the attempt to reduce some of the variability. Okay, so there's a TV show that illustrates this concept really well. It's called Bowl. And the premise of the show is that this man is a jury trial consultant. So what he does first is he helps the lawyer pick a jury that he thinks is going to be favorable to their client. And then they research these jurors very thoroughly and they find a matching juror. So the way this would work is maybe juror A is a 45-year-old African-American woman. She grew up in a rural area. She has 5 siblings. She studied architecture in college. Her hobbies are running and crocheting, right? So we would have a whole lot of information about this person. And then we would find another person that's very identical. So another woman, mid-40s, African-American, also grew up in a semi-rural area. Maybe has a larger family, came from 4 to 6 siblings, studied architecture, something similar in college, similar hobbies, similar political and religious beliefs. Okay, and so the idea is that the actual jurors are going to be in the courtroom watching the trial, and these other jurors, they call them mirror jury, are sitting in a mock courtroom, and the trial is broadcast live to them. Okay, and at any point during the trial, the consulting team can ask them, if we were to stop the trial right now, how would you vote? Would you vote for our client, against our client? They can try different strategies. So if we argue the case this way, would this change how you would vote? And the idea being that your mirror jury should be a good predictor of how the actual jury is going to vote. Okay, so that's kind of this idea you can match people up. Right, so matched pairs design is a randomized experimental design, and what we do is with each pair, we randomly assign one part of the pair to get a certain treatment and the other part of the pair to get a different treatment. Okay, so the classic experimental design for matched pairs is that we have twins, or we pair these people or things up that are similar, and we assign one to each treatment. You can also do a before and after matched pairs. That person is matched with themselves. So you measure something about them beforehand, you do a treatment, and then you measure that same thing again and see if there's an improvement or a change. And then a third type of matched pairs is like a blind taste test. So maybe we're having people taste different types of coffee. And what we want to do is randomly assign which order they're going to drink these coffees in. Because maybe if we gave one coffee that a lot of people thought was bitter, it can kind of ruin your taste buds. And so then people would have a really hard time picking their favorite one. So we want to randomly assign the order that they're going to be testing these coffees in. So those are our 3 types of matched pairs design, and we'll do one of each in the next 2 videos so you can kind of see how they work. You will have matched pairs diagrams to draw on your homework, but I will not have you draw one on the exam. I will ask you questions about matched pairs on the exam, but I won't have you draw one just because there's so much variation with this matched pairs design. Okay, so watch the video, follow along, take good notes, and work on that in your homework, but just be assured that I'm not gonna have you draw one on the exam because there is so much variation there.